Good morning. Could you able to hear me? Good morning. Could you able to hear me? Rise,
Yes, ma'am.
Varun. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yes.
We will.
Okay. So we are in unit number 4, and we are discussing about multiplexer, demultiplexer, decoder, and encoder. Right. We have seen what is a multiplexer, demultiplexer, decoder, encoder in the last class. I'll just refresh those things in today's class, and then we'll go ahead with the problems. Okay. Okay. So we have dealt with your multiplexer, demultiplexer, and encoder and decoder too. So decoder is nothing but if you have n inputs, you will be having 2 power n output, and you will be having an enable pin also. And such a kind of circuits will be used for decoding the address in digital systems, namely your multiprocessor systems or multi controller systems like that. It will be useful for decoding the address. So decoder is a multi-input, multi-output logic circuit. It has n input lines and 2 power n output lines with an enable signal. Only if the enable signal is given, your decoder will perform the function. And coming to the encoder, it's just the reverse of the decoder function. If you have 2 power n inputs, you will be having 2 n outputs. For example, if you have 4 inputs at the input side, you will be having 2 outputs, because 2 power 2, so 2 outputs you will be having at the output. This is useful in digital systems, namely your multiprocessor systems. And you have even priority encoder, and based on the priority, you will be having your given priority, you will be having your outputs. And whichever even though if you have multiple inputs appearing at the time, based on the input lines, whichever is given higher priority, that corresponding higher priority input line will be routed to the output. That is said to be the priority encoder. And coming to your multiplexer or demultiplexer, and multiplexer, this basic function is nothing but you have you're going to multiplex you multiple inputs to a single output. That is said to be your multiplexer. And multiplexer is acting as a digital switch which has multiple inputs and a single output, and you have select lines in your multiplexer. This determines which input should be connected to the output, which input should be connected to the output. So we have seen with an example where you have multiple sources, where you have the multiple sources such as MP3 player, laptop, and your dish connection, and your player that should be connected to a sound system. So based on the select lines will determine which input should be connected to your sound system. This is an example of mux. And coming to your demux, demux is just the inverse of your mux. So this will be again a digital switch with a single input source. You have only single input but multiple output. Again the select lines will determine that which output should be connected to the input, which output should be connected to the input. You have different outputs, namely your laser, fax machine, inkjet printer, and pen plotter. And this should be connected to your input. Your input is your input is your PC or your laptop, whatever. So which printer has to be connected? Either the fax machine has to be connected to the input source. That will be determined by your select lines. And we have uh, haven't discussed about the difference between decoder and demux. And now I am going to tell what is the difference between the decoder and the demux. So decoder is nothing but a combination logic circuit, and its purpose is to decode the given data to it. Okay, and we already know if you have n input lines, you will be having 2 power n output lines, and for every probable input conditions there are various output signals depending upon the input, and only one output signal will be produced at the output. So demultiplexer is the same kind of decoder, but it contains select lines also, whereas decoder does not have select lines. Okay, it has only enable signal. It is used to send, because the select line here in your demultiplexer will determine the which of the output should be connected to the input. Okay, which of the output should be connected to the input. But decoder is not the case, not like that. Your based on the input, based on the input conditions, that particular input will be routed to the output. So basic function and the basic difference between decoder and demultiplexer, these are decoders nothing but they are logic circuits which decodes an encrypted input stream from one format to another format, and the demultiplexer, it's a combination circuit which routes a single input signal to several output signal, or several input or to a particular input. I can say even like that. Input output, you have n number of input lines and 2 power n number of output lines. Here you have n number of select lines and 2 power n number of output lines. Inverse of encoder is your decoder, inverse of your multiplexer is your demultiplexer. And applications, it is used in deduction of bits, data coding, encoding, and whereas demultiplexer is used in distribution of data switching. And it is used for changing the format of instruction in machine language, and it is used for routing the particular device to the particular input source. This is the difference between your decoder and demultiplexer. We will go ahead with the problems today. So the first problem is an input output peripheral device. Okay, an input or output peripheral device as shown in the figure will be interfaced to a microcontroller. To select this particular input output device, okay, so assume that you have an IO device. This device will be connected to the microcontroller or any processor. Let me assume that 8051 microcontroller. This is connected, this input output device either a keyboard or it can be a printer. Okay, input or output device. Okay, this input output device is connected to 8051 microcontroller via a decoder. Okay, via a decoder, such that the output of the decoder, you have multiple outputs, your output of the decoder will be connected to the chip select signal of your input output device. Chip select signal is an active low signal, CS bar. Okay, the output of the decoder will be connected to the chip select signal. Okay, so input output device will have an address. See, this will have an address as like our home residential. For example, if you are sending any letter to your friend, it will be, you will send the letter to a friend through a postal address. Similarly, 8051 will have many peripherals may be your input output device, a memory, or it can be a timer. So many peripherals can be connected to a microcontroller. So each device will have an address. So based on the address, your 8051 will communicate to your particular peripheral based on the address given to them. Okay, so keep in mind that each device will have an address. Okay, each device will have an address. So the address range for selecting the input output device is this, it is given, this D4 to D7. So, if the address range is from D4 to D7, this particular input output device will be selected. This particular input output device will be selected. If your address line is from D4 to D7, this particular input output device will be selected. Okay. So, any address range starting from D4 to D7, this particular input output device will be selected. And again your 8051 again will have an enable signal. Okay, will have an enable signal, active low enable signal or an enable signal. You have many signals. So, instead of enable signal here, let me take the enable signal in the decoder. It's again an active low signal, and you know, based on the inputs like decoder, you have n input line, 2 power n output lines. So, assume that you have 2 n input lines. Okay. These inputs are connected to your microcontroller. These inputs are connected to a microcontroller. Okay. And in the peripheral device for example, if it's a keyboard, you will be giving data, user will be giving data. So, in that case, I will be having a control signal called IO read. Whatever data, it's an active signal, low signal. Whatever data that we are giving, that will be read by the microcontroller through this pin, and you have a write also. For example, if this is a printer, you have if this is a printer, you will be having you will have to write the data. You have to write a data, and that is said to be, that is, you have to write the data onto the printer. So, that is done by this pin IO write, okay, input output write. And other than this, this line is said to be the address lines, because through which you will come to know the address of the device. Okay. So, other than that, your input output device will also have a chip select signal that is connected to the output of the decoder. That will be connected to the output of the device. Okay. Chip select signal, output of the decoder will be connected to the chip select signal. Okay, we need to design this circuit. Okay. So, let me take this. So, D4 to D7, So, D4 to D7 is nothing but yeah. What is D4? It is 1 1 0 1, that is D1. 4 is 0 1 0 0, and 5 is 0 1 0 1, 6 is 1 1 0, and 7 is 1 1 1. So, this is the address range for the particular input device. And if you look here, okay, these three signals, actually these four are same. If I can take 3 in a pair. Okay, these 3 are same for everything, for all the data range. These 6 bits will be same. Only these 4 bits are changing, which is nothing but 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 1. So, we will be having A0, A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, A6 and A7. Okay. So, these 4 bits are changing. So, what can I do here is, for the decoder circuit, okay, okay, decoder circuit, I already said like input output device. For the input output device, I have 2 address lines. Let me take address lines to be 2. Let it be A0 and A1, because this A0 and A1 will be having 0 0 0 1 1 0 and 1 1. Okay. Other than that, I have an input output read, an active low signal, and IO write, an active low signal. This is a chip select signal. This is also active low signal. This is your IO device. This should be connected to the decoder, from decoder. Okay, from decoder. So now let me take this A5, A6, A7, because for the decoder I have an enable signal also. Okay, for the decoder I have an enable signal which is an active low signal again. So what shall I do for active low signal means only if it is 0 the particular decoder will be active. So let me take A6, A7 and A5, all the three signals to an AND. However, this will be 0 because this is 1, this is 1, this is 0 for all the cases. This will be 0. This can be connected to an active low enable signal. Okay. So the enable signal, now it can be connected to A7, A6 and A5. Obviously this has to be 0, that will be connected to your enable signal. So what is the other things left? A2, A3 and A4. Let me take this input as these three for the decoder, namely A2, 3, 4. Okay. So A2, 3, A4. A2, A4. Okay. So if it is n lines, I will be having 2 power n lines. Am I right? So I have 3 input lines. 3 is to 2 power 3. So I have 8 output lines, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So 8 output lines of the decoder. And listen to this. This is A4, A3, A2, which is nothing but 101. What is 101 decimal? 101 decimal is 5. So when your input is 101, when your input is 1, 0 and 1, your output 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This particular output line will be active. This particular output line, 5 line will be active, and so this has to be connected to chip select signal. This is 5. Okay, this is 5. Always your 5 will be selected because your A2, A3, A4 is 101. A2, A3, A4 will be 5. Okay. So now this A3, A2 and A4 will be connected to your microcontroller. Okay. Because your microcontroller will give this value, namely 101. To the decoder, and from where 5 is selected and that is being given here. This is A0 and A1, which is nothing but 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. For all the A0 and A1 combination, this particular IO device will be selected, and based on the signal that you are giving, whether you are using it as an input device or you are using this peripheral as an output device, based on which input IO read will be selected or IO write will be done. Either IO write if it is an output and the IO read if it is an input device. Okay. So this is how you will be designing this circuit. Right. So for the next problem, implement problem number 2. Implement f of a, b, c, which is equal to sum of 2, 4, 7 using MUX, using a multiplexer. Okay. take this as a homework. I will do one more problem. Take this as a homework. Take this as a homework. Okay, and coming to your next one. Okay, please hold. Let me have this f of a comma b comma c, which is equal to sum of min terms 2, 3, 6 and 7. Okay, so implement this function by using multiplexer. Using multiplexer. So we have 3 inputs. N is equal to 3. Okay. So let us see that how many input multiplexer we need. Okay. Let us see that how many input multiplexer we need. So we have multiplexer. Many input lines will be connected to a single output line. Many input lines will be connected to a single output line. You have a select line also. This is your mux. So let us determine how many select lines we can have and how many input lines we can have. Okay. So if n is equal to 3, there can be 2 power n minus 1 input lines. There can be 2 power n minus 1 input lines. So 2 power 3 minus 1, which is nothing but 2 power 2. So we have 4, we can have 4 input lines. We can have 4 input lines. Okay. We can have 4 input lines. Okay. So and 2 power 2, we can have n select lines. N select lines means this is this one, power 2. Okay. Either 2 power 2 means, so we can have this 2 select lines. So 2 select lines and 1 output lines. Okay. So this function, particular function f of a, b, c can be implemented by using, okay, by using 4:1 multiplexer. So 4 is here 1 with 2 select lines, because 2 power 2 is to 1. So 2 select lines we can have. Okay, we can have 2 select lines. So now how to design this? Okay, now how to design this? So we know this is a particular function. 2, 3, 6, 7 is a particular function. First we need to draw the table, implementation table. Okay, implementation table. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, it will be I0. Let the input lines will be I0, I1, I2 and I3. Select lines, we have 2 select lines. How many input lines we have? Input variables A, B, C. Okay, A, B, C are the 3 variables. A, B, C are the 3 variables, of which let me select B and C as a selection lines. This is the functional output F. Okay, this is the function output F. So since I have taken B and C as the outputs, selection lines, okay, function table or the implementation table, how to implement this function, implementation table, let me draw. So other than B, C, what is the only variable left? That is A. A can have 2 values, 0 and 1. If it is 0, it is A bar, and if it is 1, it is A, right? So here what I will do is, I will take A bar, 0 and 1. Okay. So here I0, I1, I2, I3. So this will be selected, this I0 will be selected if your BC is 0, 0. BC can be 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. Okay. So if it is 0, 0, I0 will be selected, I1 will be selected, I2 will be selected, I3 will be selected. Okay. So based on which I0, I1, I2, I3 based on the input. So this one, let me write it as the BC combination, let me write it as I0, I1, I2, I3 because this is 0 0, this is 0 1, 1 0, 1 1. Okay. So now this is 0 and this is 1. 0 0 0, that is 0. I am writing the min terms 0 0 1 1, 0 1 0 2, 0 1 1 3, 4, 1 0 0, 5, 6 and 7. Okay, 5, 6 and 7. Now what is the given function? Given function is 2, 3, 6, 7. Given function is 2, 3, 6, 7. Okay. So given function is 2, 3, 6, 7. Let me circle the given function. 2, 3, 6, 7. The given min terms I have encircled. Okay. Now after encircling it, let me come ahead with the result. Look ahead with each column. Each column. If none of the min terms is encircled, this I0 variable in the I0, if none of the circle here, none of the min terms is encircled, so you need to give 0 to I0. I0 is the input, right? 0 to the I0. If none of them is encircled, we need to give 0. Okay. If both of them is encircled, I have to give 1 to I2. If both of them is encircled, I have to give 1 to I3. 0 to I1. Okay. So now, so what is this I0? I0 is 0. I0 and I1 has to be given 1 according to the design. I0 and I1 has to be given 0, whereas I2 and I3 should be given 1. Okay. This is how you will be designing a multiplexer. This is how you will be designing your multiplexer. Let me go ahead with the next one. Okay, let me go ahead with the next one. One more problem I will do, then you will be familiar. Take the function f of, okay, a, b, c, d will be equal to sum of min terms 0, 1, 5, 6, 8, 10, 12 and 15. Okay. So now let us implement this function by using multiplexer. How many input multiplexer we need? How will you go ahead? We have 4 variables. So 2 power 4 minus 1, 2 power n minus 1. N represents the input variables. So 2 power 3, 2 power 3 is 8. So we need an 8:1 mux. We need an 8:1 mux. With how many select lines? We need 3 select lines. We need 3 select lines. 3 select lines. Let me take select lines to be, okay, B, C and D. The input variables B, C and D. Okay. So 8:1. 8:1. So now again A can A bar and A, and this is I0, I1, I2, I3, I4, I5, I6, I7. Okay. So we have 8 input lines, right? We have 8 input lines. So 0 and 1. 8 input lines means we can have so this can be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, okay, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15 min terms we have. Okay, because it's a 4 cross, 2 power 4, no. It's that many input combinations we have, of which I will encircle whatever are there in the function. In the function I have 0, 1, 5, 6, 8, 10, 12, 15. So I have 0, 1, 5, 6, 8, 10, 12, 15. These things I have to encircle. After encircling, okay, let me look ahead with each column. I naught, both the things are encircled. If both are encircled, I have to connect one to the I naught. So 1. If only one is encircled, I have to look ahead which is encircled, A bar. So A bar has to be given to the input. And here, which is encircled, A. So A has to be given to I2. And none of them is encircled. If none of them is encircled, I have to give 0. If only one is encircled, look at the particular row A. So A has to be given. And again one is encircled, A bar has to be given at the input. And again A bar has to be given to the input. And again A has to be given to the input I7. So of which, see here, I2, I4, I2, I4, I7, these input of mux has to be given to A bar, has to be connected to A bar. And I1, I5, I6 has to be connected to, these three inputs has to be connected to this has to be connected to A, and this has to be connected to A bar. Okay, and the rest, namely your I0 has to be connected to 1, I1 has to be connected, I3 has to be connected to 0. So now of this 8:1 mux, so 8:1 mux, BCD will be given. Okay, output F, I0, I2, 4, 7, let me write first, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this will be I0, and I0 has to be given 1, I0 has to be given to 1, I0, I1, I2, I2 has to be given 0, and then 2, 4, 7 has to be given to A, 2, 4, 7, I3 has to be given 0, so I3 has to be given 0, 0, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 and 7 has to be given to A, and all the other 3 has to be given to A bar. This is your 8:1 mux. Okay. So I am giving you 2 homework problem for related to mux. One is implement ABC, function ABC with the 247, that is one problem, and sum of minterm 1, 3, 4, 5, 7 for the function f of a, b, c, that is one more problem. So 2 problems I am giving, this one and this one. Implement these two functions by using your mux, okay, by using your mux. First determine how many input mux we need, and then proceed with the implementation table and implement it. So this is another problem. Implement a full adder using 3 to 8 line decoder. Okay, implement a full adder using 3 to 8 line decoder. So n input, two power n output. So n input is n is 3, 2 power 3, 8 output lines we have in the decoder. Okay. So the full adder circuit, the function you know, you have a sum, you have a carry. Okay. So sum, the minterms of sum will be 1, 2, 4 and 7, whereas minterm of carry will be 3, 5, 6 and 7. Okay. So 3 inputs we have in the decoder. It will be A, B, C and 3 is to 8. So 8 outputs we have, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Okay, 8 outputs we have. Let it be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is the minterm output. So I need to implement this by using sum and the carry. So 1, 2, 4, 7 will be sum, meaning if either of this minterm is 1, my sum has to be 1. So 1, 2, 4, 7 can be implemented with the help of an OR gate. This is my sum, whereas for the carry 3, 5, 6, 7. 3, 5, 6 and again 7. This is my carry. This is how I can implement a full adder by using a 3 is to 8 line decoder. This you can also try by in the LTSpice also. In the LTSpice you can just try by using your decoder IC74HC138. Use the 74HC138 and you can implement this in the LT. Okay. So I will write one more problem. This is for you to solve. By this is a homework problem. A combinational circuit is defined by F is equal to sum of 0, 2, 5, 6, 7. Okay. This is a function. Implement the function by in hardware. Implement in hardware using suitable decoder and an external OR or NOR gate having minimum number of inputs. Okay, minimum number of inputs. This is one homework problem.